I like this kind of party.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage from New Orleans is brought to you in part by Flight by Yingling, Circa Las Vegas, Smoky Mo's Barbecue, Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Huddle 94.1, wrapping it up on a Thursday, a Super Bowl Thursday. We have our guest on, Vic.
We do. I saw him.
Oh, man, I'm excited about this as the maybe the only Bills fan in San Antonio. I don't know, but I'm certainly the only one on the radio. It is an honor and a privilege to have the great Thurman Thomas on the program. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing well, Thurman. We're doing well. First of all, I have to ask you if you're as disappointed as I am that Josh Allen and company aren't getting ready to play on Sunday. Did you think that this year could be the year?
Well, as a Bills fan, I think that every year, right? But I did think that this was the year because at the beginning of the year, nobody really said anything about the Bills. You know, we lost Stephon Diggs, blah, blah, blah. But Josh really matured as a quarterback and really, you know, I mean, we made it to the AFC Championship game, and we were supposed to finish third in our division behind the Jets in Miami.
That's laughable now, isn't it?
Right. And we clinched like what, week 8, maybe? I don't even know.
Crazy.
I think it was, yeah. And so, but you know what? It comes down to, you know, whether you can make a play and where you cannot make a play. And we have not made a play against Patrick Mahomes the last 4 times that we have played them, him and the Chiefs in the playoffs. And like I keep hearing Peyton Manning say, one day it will come, when he was talking about finally getting over the hump to beat Tom Brady. The Bills have to keep plugging away, keep getting better players. You know, there's been rumors about, you know, the trade situation, maybe getting Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, and that's something that we need.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. I don't know if we need Cooper Kupp. I think I'm good with Shakir. I just think we need a receiver that's going to stretch the defense a little bit more this year. We did not throw the ball downfield at all this year, and I think that hurt us. And when we did attempt to it, you know, Josh overthrew the guy by 5 or 10 yards. So, I mean, they just couldn't connect. And I think in the National Football League, sometimes when they play that high-low safeties, man, you can have an opportunity to throw the ball deep, and we just don't have that guy.
Thurman, does it piss you off when a guy like Peyton Manning says eventually it happens for everybody eventually, when you like
yeah, dude,
actually no, it doesn't happen for everybody?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. It does not happen for everybody. And so, yeah, that's a great point. And but you know what? I just think if we just continue to build around Josh, just continue to give him weapons, and I think we'll be fine. I think Josh within the next – I think the Bills within the next 3 to 5 years will win a championship.
In your mind, how important, like, for a legacy, like how different would your legacy be? How different would Jim Kelly's legacy be? Bruce Smith's, Andre Reed, all those guys. Had you even guys wanting one ring, how different would it be in your mind?
Oh, it'd be totally different. You know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be, and it wouldn't really even be this much pressure on Josh Allen right now because
You're right.
We have one, right? You know, and but we're still searching for that first, and yeah, I do think if we, you know, people always say, well, what if you'd just won one? How would it have been? I'm like, the hell with one? I wish I'd have won all 4 of them. I'm like, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell me anything about my team.
You wouldn't be coming on our show right now. You wouldn't be
I wouldn't even be. Yeah, I would be doing this interview from a beach somewhere, Bora Bora, like this.
Yeah, you'd be hanging with Mark Singleton, that kind of crowd, but not with us, with the Southern Recipe Pork guys. Thurman, I got a real question, real quick, about the running back position. It looked like that was had gone secondary a couple years ago, and you could tell that the pay had started to dry up. And then we see what Saquon did and Derek and everybody changing some addresses. Give me your opinion of where the running back position is in the game of football today.
I think it's in a place where it's better than it was maybe, say, 5 to 7 years ago. I think the game is better for it now because I think what you're seeing, I've been telling everybody this, like, you know, we've been all kind of like everybody's passing the ball 40, 50, 60 times a game, and you have nothing but edge rushers. Well, you know what? You're getting now where you're going out and you're getting teams that are looking for these athletic type of offensive linemen, whether they play center, guard, or tackle. You haven't seen more guards and centers pull in the last 10 years than you have lately. And so you're getting these guys who are more athletic. They're just going to pound on these guys that used to be pass rushers. So now is the time to do it. I love that you're hearing there may be a couple of running backs being taken in the first round this year. So, I'm very excited. I talked to Emmett and Barry about it all the time, and they're like, thank God, because, the running back position has been downgraded. But I think, with the emergence of these last three, Saquon, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs, I think coming back, I think you could see a lead where they might run a little bit more and be kind of 50-50.
Thurman, we were talking before the show started about Rob, who graduated the same year as you did in high school. His team was lined up. Well, now Rob was the manager for the cheerleaders. He wasn't on the football
other responsibilities.
team. But your team was lined up to face his in the finals, but his team lost in the semis, and you guys beheaded the team that you played at the end. So Rob was kind of glad that you guys didn't play each other.
Man.
But then we got to kicking around. How did you end up going from Southwest Houston to Oklahoma State? Like, what were your other options, and what made you choose Oklahoma State? Did you get that early NIL money? Is that what happened?
Nah, that didn't. There was no such thing.
That was at SMU. Yeah, Mark can talk about that a little bit later. But
you got a payroll to meet.
Yeah. Obviously, being from Texas, my idol was Earl Campbell, and he went to the University of Texas. And I went there on my visit, and Fred Akers was the head coach, and he looked at me and said, well, Thurman, we're pretty set at the running back position. We'd like for you to play defensive back. And so I left out of there disappointed and like I can't go to my favorite school. So I went to Texas A&M. Jackie Sherrill was there. You talk about Fred Akers, and then you go visit Jackie Sherrill at Texas A&M, and kind of the same thing. Didn't really mention running back, was more talking about defensive back. So my third visit was at Oklahoma State. Head coach was Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy said to me, he said, so Texas and Texas A&M want you to play defensive back? And I was like, yeah, coach. He's like, well, look, if you come here, you're going to be number 6 on the depth chart, and you get your number 34. And I said, you know what? I'm coming to Oklahoma State. That's when I made the decision to go to Oklahoma State, and it was the best decision I think that I've ever made, because I was a senior at Oklahoma State, and I met my wife, and we've been together for 37 years, and she was from Buffalo. She was down as a walk-on golfer at Oklahoma State. She was from Buffalo, and I got drafted by Buffalo. So
I did not know that.
And by the way, by the time you graduated, Fred Akers was fired. So it shows what that dummy knew.
And Jackie was
what a dope.
Well, we had our own problems, and we're still paying our price. Now, you're sitting there in a gold jacket, Thurman, and you represent an era of football. And as we get closer and closer to Pork Rind Appreciation Day and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds and their involvement in this, why are you sitting next to the gentleman that looks so handsome sitting there beside you, Mark Singleton? Because he does good work, and you're helping him do even better work. So tell us what's going on.
Right, absolutely, man. Yeah, we've with Southern Recipe and Pork Rind Appreciation Day that will continue to all the way through February 9th. You can go to porkrinds.com and register to win 2 Super Bowl tickets for the Super Bowl next year, 2026, in Santa Clara. Airfare, hotel taken care of. But I think the most important thing out of all that is that, you get a year supply of pork rinds.
Oh, my God.
That's
a lot of pork rinds.
That's the kicker right there, yeah. And so we're here on behalf of, to raise money for the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund, headed by Mike Ditka, and just to help some of the former players that are not doing well. And it's been great. It's been going on for 16 years now.
16 years.
Yeah, and it's one of the great organizations, man, when you talk about football, basketball, hockey, and baseball. This one here really has taken off really fast. I probably even for Mike Ditka to say that, but it's such a great organization, and to give back to help to your former players is awesome, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Mark, what Thurman's talking about is so many of our favorite players, those that we grew up idolizing, didn't quite get the retirement prospects that so many of the modern athletes got. They built the house, they just didn't get to live in it. And as you have taken over the last 15 years, Pork Rind Appreciation Day funds our heroes and keeping them healthy and moving. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, it's just been a great partnership with Coach Ditka and the Gridiron Greats and all the greats that you helped us get the word out for the last 15 years. I mean, whether it's Joe Green or Kenny Houston or Ickey Woods or Billy White Shoes Johnson or Bobby Bell. I mean, what just surprises the heck out of me is the brotherhood of these players, how much they care about each other. Even though I just saw Thurman hug Emmett, and
I don't like that.
That's
by
two
the
of
way.
the best guys to ever carry the rock, right? and yet, when you see that friendship and that absolute commitment to help each other, it's just one of the best things about being here. And raising awareness. And as you know, we have the party tonight, Cigars with the Stars. Go to gridirongreats.org. You can find things to bid on. You can help coach, help your heroes with their medical problems, with their just all the things that go along with aging after playing the most violent game there is. The people that we've helped, the knees we've replaced, the people who have had their lives greatly improved through Coach and Thurman and all the greats that have helped us all these years. We're
Gridiron
so proud,
Greats
so
Fund.
appreciative of your guys.
So Southern Recipes for Pork Rinds. Go to porkrinds.com for all the details. But just know the help that they're offering our stars matters today and into the future as our great ones age into something that I don't think they quite expected. It's always an honor to talk with a guy in a gold jacket, though, right, AJ?
Oh, no doubt. And Thurman, it's been a pleasure to have you on. I don't like the idea of you hugging Emmett Smith. Tell me you're not hugging Ken Norton, and I'll feel okay. But there's some guy I don't want you hugging these. I like to think of you as like sworn enemies. But
No.
but we appreciate the time, guys, and enjoy the Super Bowl down there. Enjoy all the great thing you guys are doing for the NFL vets. We appreciate you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.